Hi, I'm Matt Garris, and welcome to this review of the Opteka Fish Eye lens. In the world of digital photography, you can be expected to pay an arm and a leg for your passion. Fisheye lenses can run into the thousands, so could this Opteka Fish Eye lens that can be had for less than £50 be any good? Let's find out. In the box, you get a nice velvety bag to protect your lens. The lens comes with two caps on either side too. I wasn't too keen on the rubberized part, as it's a bit flimsy, but thankfully this had no real world detriment on the function of the lens. The lens works too, with or without your manual and automatic focus, which is great. Assembly of the lens is pretty straightforward. Just use your current lens and take the lens cap off the front. Now if you don't have the lens cap on the front, you're good to go. You actually put the Opteka lens on top of your existing lens. Make sure you put the smaller side and align it properly. A couple of screws clockwise should do the trick until you can't screw anymore. That's it, firmly in place. It has a good strong hold and it won't let you down. Looking up at landscapes and looking down on point of view shots, it does them both without any fear of your lens popping out. As you can see, the fisheye lens itself isn't very rounded like the more professional ones, but it still gets a very wide angle view. Let's take a look at some shots. As you can see from this first photo, the main focus area is right in the center. Around the edges you do get a very strong blurring effect. The Opteka lens fits on either Canon or Nikon model. They make one for each. And for those of you who don't have either a Canon or a Nikon, you may turn your cheap backsides elsewhere as we turn our noses up at you and look snootily in your direction. Most of these photos are not exactly works of art, so you'll have to excuse my photographic prowess here. But overall it does achieve a very convincing fisheye effect. These photos do look dark, but it was a dark and overcast day and raining as well. This presents some challenges and some interesting reflections on the road surfaces. It's not a particularly bad camera, however, the problem is that it does have a very blurred look to it overall. These images had to be sharpened in the post-production process, and by sharpening it you can introduce noise into the pictures. This wasn't an issue where areas were well lit, like indoor places, like over here. Overall though, it does a very good job at a very attractive and aggressive price point. So if you are after a bit of fun and you do want to capture some wide angle shots, then it's a good recommendation. Now sit back and enjoy some more of these shots with some light classical jazz music. Here are some video shots which present another interesting aspect that you can get if your camera supports video playback. These were shot at 1080p HD resolution, but again they looked rather blurry. Well, I hope this helps you make up your mind. If it's just for a bit of fun, then you probably will want to go ahead and invest in this, although I would recommend getting a 10mm lens instead, which will do the same job but with a much sharper picture. The problem is that this lens is going through another lens as well. This isn't really an ideal scenario. So is the Opteka lens right for you? Well, it depends. If you're after a supremely high quality lens with very little blurring effect, this is not it, I'm afraid. It will give you some interesting shots and it will present them at a wide angle, but get ready for a lot of post-processing work afterwards. For £45 though, it does represent a very good value for money. However, with that comes some slightly blurry pictures to work with. The lens seems to work better in vertical shots rather than horizontal, with far less distortion visible. So this is a fun and cheap way to experiment with fisheye lenses, but you may be better off getting a very good 10mm lens instead, which will offer you a wide viewing angle and without the blurriness that can come with this lens. Is this right for you? Well, I'll let you decide. Well, I would give this 3 stars. Possibly 4, but I think 3 is fair. It does represent excellent value for money, but the image quality is slightly compromised and there is a lot of work to do afterwards. But I'll let you make up your own mind, and hopefully you've seen enough here to help you do that. I'm Mac Irish, thanks for watching, see you next time.